right, time for another episode of the Josh Cast. Now, I hope no. I meant to say the Nerdy Virgin Podcast. I apologize. Josh Cast was what I used to call it. Now I call it the Nerdy Virgin Podcast. And you know what? I don't want to go back and record this. I want to leave this as it is. I want to accept the imperfections of who I am, and accept the fact that it's not always going to be perfect, and let that go, and allow whatever happens to happen. That's what I would like to do very much. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, you're noticing that the sound quality is slightly better. That's because I've upgraded my equipment. I am now using a mic that you can plug into the iPads. And I just recently purchased a USB mic that I'll be attaching to the computer. And from there, it's specifically designed for podcasting. Hopefully improve the sound quality of this and all future podcasts. Now, one thing that this means is that I will not be podcasting as much while walking, which I'm going to kind of miss that. I mean, that was kind of a nice thing to do. I'm going to be seated while podcasting. This is not going to help my exercise situation. But I'm hoping it helps with the quality of the podcast. And moving forward, people will listen to this and go, "Oh, every third consonant isn't popping in my ear. Maybe I'll listen. Maybe I'll recommend this to my friends or my acquaintances, perhaps my work chums. I'll let them know that I listen to this podcast, so that I may be tickled on a semi-regular basis." I'm also not sure I'm going to keep doing it for an hour, because I can't listen to anything for an hour unless it's a compelling podcast with a Star Trek cast member. But anything beyond that, I'm really only good for about 15 or 20 minutes. So then I thought to myself, why am I making an hour? On the other hand, I do feel like listenership seemed to skyrocket when I changed it to an hour. And by listenership skyrocketing, I mean it seemed like a lot of people in India started to pay attention more. I don't know why they would want an hour of me as opposed to 15 minutes of me, but it almost concerns me that there are people out there who can't get enough of Josh for 15 minutes and need him for an hour. And those people, I think we need to get them some attention. We need to get them some help. It is, and I apologize for not podcasting more frequently over the past few weeks. I hit a bit of a burnout. We were running the Burbank Comedy Festival here, and after that, I've been tired. I am tired. I am burned out. I am weary. It has been a hard year and a half. I think it's been that way for everybody in the pandemic, but when my day job is managing live events, and we're in an era where that's complicated with a respiratory pandemic, it made for a very stressful time, and I'm really feeling weary and burned out right now. So I'm going to try to take it a little bit easy over the next few months, and try to chill out and try not to stress, and really see if I can find myself again, embrace myself again, and look into the sunrise and see all the possibilities. Oh, God. All right. And I have a vision for this podcast. I think it's been getting a little bit loosey-goosey. I want more jokes in this podcast. I want this to genuinely be a comedy podcast with more jokes. That's what I would like. And I think that may involve, correct me if I'm wrong, writing jokes. That might be the linchpin, the paradigm shift that we've been looking for. So I'm probably going to be, I want to write some kind of more topical-ish jokes. I'll be including those in this. and then filling you in on what's going on in my life. Basically, it's pretty much doing what Bill Burr does, but in a smaller increment than an hour, and with much less people listening. Except, like, I don't know, 50 people in India. And to those of you in India, hello. How are you? How are things? Are things nice? Is it nice? Is it nice out there? Out here, it's a bit muggy out here. Is it nice out there? Is it humid? How humid is it? I think that should be a cable channel. It should just be 24 hours of people talking about the weather. But not the Weather Channel, just people. Oh, it used to be way more humid this time of year, but I don't know what happened. Something just, something that, I think they think the global warming is something. It's just not as humid now. Normally it'd be humid, right? It's humid. It is humid. I went to Houston. Humid. It should be 24 hours of older Jewish people talking about humidity. I really think that cable channel would take off, even though nobody watches cable anymore. But still, I'd be super impressed. I would be super impressed, folks. Super impressed. But I think the big news item that I was reading about was that there was this commercial excursion into space involving SpaceX for civilians, spent 3 days in space and just touched down. They touched down into the ocean. 3 days in space, and apparently there was a problem with the waste management system. I want to take you through a little bit of a reenactment, or not so much a reenactment, but an act out, if you will, a microplay of what would happen if I was one of the crew members in a ship that had a problem with waste management. This is me as one of the crew members in a ship with a problem with waste management. There's a problem with the waste management. Turn the ship around. We're done. We're going home. Turn it around. We're done. It was fun. Look, stars. That's neat. Let's turn around. And they said that they found a backup plan. That's what they didn't elaborate what the backup plan was, but they instituted a backup plan. If I had to guess, I'm fairly certain somebody on the International Space Station's got to wipe the windows now. That's the backup plan. You open a door and let nature take its course. And I think there have been people debating about whether or not space tourism is a good thing or a bad thing. I read somewhere a long time ago that every single time a rocket leaves the atmosphere, it pokes a small hole in the atmosphere. And I guess it's not big enough to kill anything immediately, but probably enough poking holes, and there won't be an atmosphere anymore. And we'll be recording these podcasts from deep underground, where we will become mole people. If that's not what I almost feel like that already. Since the pandemic, I've only gone out to eat at a restaurant once. Every other time I'm either shopping at the store or I'm getting takeout. And I gotta say, I'm liking shopping at the store overall better, because when I just got takeout today from Chibo. I went to Chibo. I got the chicken and waffles. Clearly violating every aspect of my diet that I wanted to get. I did get sauteed spinach as well. Guess how much of that I ate? Precious little. The waffle, 100% finished it. The chicken, 98% finished it. The spinach, I'm just staring at the spinach. And the spinach is staring at me saying, "You're going to waste me, aren't you? You're going to throw me out." You and I both know this was a dumb move. I just, I had so much hope when I bought the spinach. I thought to myself, this is the one healthy thing I can do. I can do this. I can do this. And now, I'm staring at the spinach, unsure of how to proceed. Well, we're 10 minutes into this. I don't even know if has the podcast started yet. Has it? Has the podcast started yet? I can't tell you for sure. I about to do a sci-fi themed show, hopefully, if we could sell enough tickets for it. I didn't push as hard as I usually do. I guess it's really not helpful to be telling you about it now, because by the time you hear this, it will be over. But I was trying to do a monthly stand-up show. I was trying to do it. We'll see if I can make this happen. We'll bloody well see if I can bloody well make this bloody well happen. But, yeah, I think... I think overall, though, I am just really burned out. That's what I'm realizing. I am burned out, and I need to take some time, and I need to rest, and I need to find a shoulder to cry on, and cry on that shoulder. And just sleep. I feel like I never get enough sleep. Even if I can sleep in, all I want to do all day is sleep. That's probably depression, isn't it? I'm not going to do any. I don't want to do any traveling. I just want to rest. I just want to breathe. I just want to feel the ocean air. Apparently, I guess I just want to sing a cappella into a podcast. I'm not sure that's going to help anybody. The people in India might go, all right, we're done. We're done with this. We're finished with this. What else is going on in the news? Destruction, chaos, the end of everything. I should check I always like checking the movie news. Let's do that. Let's check some movie news. Movie news. Movie news. Movie news. And the internet is not working in here. And I'm in the office, too. The internet should be working. Why isn't the internet not working? Why is the internet not working? Why? All right, I'll have to use my pen to look up the movie news. I will have to use my phone. Shang-Chi rules for the third weekend. I gotta see that. I really want, I've fallen off on the Marvel movies, but I want to see Shang-Chi. I gotta see that. I don't want to go to a theater to see it. I'll wait for it to come onto Disney Plus, and then when it comes on Disney Plus, I'll open up Disney Plus. I'll see, Shang-Chi's on, and then I'll say, I don't want to watch it. I'll just watch another episode of Doctor Who that I've seen 9 million times already. I can't even commit to movies anymore. I want to watch the new Clint Eastwood movie. It's called How. How are you still going? You're 90. I know that's wrong of me to say. It's a new Clint Eastwood movie. The title of it is, I'm really jealous that he has that energy to make a movie at 90. And I'm less than half his age, and it's hard for me to even finish a level of Half-Life 2 at this point. I get exhausted. God, I gotta kill the... now I gotta... I'm playing the Half-Life 2 Part 2, and there's the part where I have to take these magnetic bombs and try to attach them to the giant walking tripods and then shoot the bomb and blow up the tripod. And I'm like, this is much. This is just becoming a chore. This is complicated. I don't want to deal with this. But yeah, Cry Macho is available for me to watch on HBO Max. And I'm like, 2 hours. 2 hours of Clint Eastwood being 90. I don't know. I gotta watch 2 hours of a guy who's going to do way more physically in the span of those 2 hours than I have in the last year. Fantastic. Fantastic. Truly fantastic. Where was I? I am super tired. I am super tired right now. I am beyond tired. I am just Lieutenant Commander exhausted. That's who I am. But yeah, I want to see that, and I may not, but I want to. All right. Well, what other movie news? That's good movie news there. Hey, I want to see that. Sure to compose Amazon Rings series. Oh, Howard Shore, who did the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, is possibly going to do the Amazon series. And it's a prequel. A Lord of the Rings prequel that takes place before The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. A prequel. Oh, always a good sign. I hope there's a scene where, in the prequel, where somebody says, if we're not careful, this guy could become the Lord of the Rings. And the only person who could save us is The Hobbit. Howard Shore. Well, it'll be a good score. I always like Howard Shore's scores. Da 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 da. And da 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 da. See, Howard Shore, fun. I haven't even seen the last two Hobbit movies. I don't know if I can do a prequel. Just the thought of watching this prequel series is making me even more exhausted. Just the thought of I'm going to watch another 25 hours of people walking in mud, looking miserable. Just going, God, the dark forces. There's dark forces that we gotta fight the dark forces. We gotta fight the dark forces with the magic sword. All right, I gotta get the magic sword. We gotta go on a road trip here, and we're gonna have to walk. I have to walk to this place with fire in it, and half of us aren't gonna make it. It's gonna be, and there's gonna be a battle. And the elves will be around, and they always seem fine with everything. They can walk on top of the mud somehow because they're elves, but the rest of us, the elves, the elves, they just skate through life. That's what those elves do. Those elves. It was like, I went to Ross Dress for Less, and I had to wait for an hour to buy something, and then the elf says, I was in and out. I was in and out in 5 minutes. No, I went in, I got what I needed, and I'm out of there. The elves have it too easy. Trying not to scream in the mic. So I think if we learned anything from this podcast, it's that I am jealous of elves. We're already up to 19 minutes. Oh, my God. Maybe I should do an hour. This feels like nothing. Well, you think it feels like nothing to me. Imagine the people listening to this podcast. Oh, yes, sir. It was 19 minutes of nothing. It was 19 minutes of a minute of jokes. Branna's Belfast scores top Toronto prize. Kenneth Branagh's black and white semi-autobiographical drama. Semi-autobiographical. You mean the part with the giant robot kangaroo wasn't real? There's no giant robot kangaroo in Belfast. But if there were, then he could turn to people and go, that's why I say semi and semi-autobiographical. There was not actually a giant robot kangaroo. That part, purely invention. I was just watching, what Kenneth Branagh movie was it? I was just watching Dead Again. That's a great little Kenneth Branagh movie. And I hope I don't sound demeaning when I say little. Little as in, not a massive $100 billion blockbuster special effects laden thing. It's actually more of like a Hitchcock thriller. Really, it was made in the 90s. Kenneth Branagh was in it, and Emma Thompson, and Derek Jacobi, and Wayne Knight. Oh, and Robin Williams had like a little part in it too. That was a fun movie. I had fun watching that movie. I was watching that movie while making some rice in my kitchen. It was a fun little Sunday. I am now officially the most boring person on earth. I spent my Sunday making rice marinara while watching Dead Again, and it was just an utter delight. Anyone else might find that boring. There are people out there going, no, we need to go to a rave. We need to dance with people we've never met before. Feeling a connection to life and love. We need to dance to feel alive. Yeah, I just need to watch the movie Dead Again on HBO Max. And make some, use some pasta sauce, some rice, some imitation crab, make a nice little meal for myself. That's all I need. Oh, yeah? Well, have you ever danced to feel alive? Yeah, I've danced before. I did swing dancing. And I just get to stare awkwardly at somebody as they look away from me while trying to execute a series of dance moves. I think I'd rather watch Dead Again. I think I would rather watch Dead Again, my friends. Good for Kenneth Branagh. Good for Kenneth Branagh. Dune and Bond set for Chinese release. Ooh, it's going to make money. That's where the money is. It's the China film market. That's where the money is. Hope they like Dune. Hope they like Bond. Dune could use a little bit of Bond. We'll see. I hope the Dune is good. It's a pretty it'll be interesting to see how that translates. It's just, I feel like Dune is just so ripe for parody, because it's so serious. It's such a serious book and a serious film, and very, very weighty. There's a lot of depth, a lot of characters. The choices they make will affect the balance of the universe. The choices they make will change the course of human history. That is what happens in every Dune novel. There's not a Dune novel or a Dune movie where Paul Atreides, son of Leto Atreides, of the House Atreides, has a problem with his desk. Yeah, it's not, it's like it's a little bit too tall, but then a little bit too short. Can we adjust the desk? Please? Book 5, Paul Atreides adjusts his desk. Now, the weird thing is that I can see into the future, and I see the desk being perfectly done. I see it. I see it happening in 3 days. I just wish I could get it, tomorrow. But I foresee things coming up, Listen, I know we're about to have a duel here, but I really need this desk to be the right height. And I can already tell you I'm going to kill you in the duel. Like, I can see it. I can see the future. I'm Paul Atreides from the House Atreides. My Fremen name is Moadib. I can see the future, and I'm telling you I'm going to kill you. So why don't you just... If you just walk away right now, I can get my desk fixed. And you can stay alive. It feels like a win-win to me. I'd see that version. Series trailer. Kate Beckinsale in Guilty Party. Ooh, what's this about? A discredited journalist who latches onto the story of a young mother sentenced to life in prison for maiming and murdering her husband. In trying to uncover the truth, Beth finds herself in over her head as she contends with Colorado gun smugglers, clickbait culture, the doldrums of marriage, and her own tarnished past. That's a wide range. We're going from gun runners to a dull marriage. Is that what they said? The doldrums of marriage. Honey, were you out with the gun runners again last night? Why don't you come with me? We could use a little bit of spice in our marriage. Honey, it's either me or the gun runners. Is that such a thing? Are there gun runners in Colorado? I grew up in Colorado. Well, there's probably gun runners everywhere. Do you think the Colorado gun runners, and I'm riffing off of something Mark Maron talked about with Colorado people, which is that they're health nuts. Do you think the Colorado gun runners are also health nuts? All right, we got 5 boxes of AK-47s. Hey, is there room in one of those boxes for my protein shake? Yeah, the gang that we're giving the guns to. I was telling one of them about this protein powder I take, and he wanted to try some out. So he actually bought me. They bought five. They bought five boxes of guns and a can of protein powder. I don't want to get a 6th box just for that. Is there any way we can squeeze it in? Is there any way? What about in the box of grenades? It's about the size of, a grenade, right? Oh, better yet. Why don't we... Well, no, I was going to say we put the grenade in the powder, but that might... Then what are you going to do with the powder? You know what we'll do? Why don't we put the powder in a baggie? Because that'll take up less space. And then I think we can make it work in the 5 boxes, right? That felt good. That felt like a good riff, maybe. Apple's foundation gets a featurette. See, now this is... I don't have Apple Plus, and that's where they're putting foundation. Another one I want to see. I want to see how they adapted that, because foundation, it's a good read, but it really didn't strike me as like it's kind of like Dune in that there's a lot of conversation going on. There aren't huge battles in Foundation. There's a lot of really, there's a lot of conversations with people who are haunted. Just haunted by the prospect of the future. He can predict the future? Are you sure he can predict the future? If he can predict the future, it means we're in trouble. The Empire's going to fall. We need to find him. I needed to find you just so I could hear for myself. Is the Empire going to fall? Oh, I'm so tired. You know what? This is good. This is 30 minutes, right? This is good. Let's do this.